Mod 3 class participation. I'm going to click on the student data file. I already have my directions open and click OK. We always need to enable editing. And I'm going to minimize this window, pull this up a little bit. Bad corner. Okay. I'm going to use my F12 key to bring up my Save As dialog box, and I've created my mod3 folder to save my homework. I'll add my last name to the front of the file name. Okay, step 1. Charlie's a salesman at a dealership. And so we're going to do some more formatting in this module, and we're also going to learn about charts and a couple other little tricks that Excel has. So we're going to start with the 2018 January through June sales worksheet. And they have these panes split, so they already split these panes up, and we want to get rid of them. So in the view group, we can see when the tools are darkened like this, that means that they're on. The advantage of splitting the pane sometimes is for scrolling if you have really large spreadsheets. I personally think it looks a little weird, so we'll just do that, and that's what our spreadsheet actually looks like. It's pretty small. Then we're going to freeze rows 1 and 2, and this is a great trick to know. Sometimes you have column headings up here and row headings on the side, and you want to be able to scroll to see your data over here. So for this one, freeze rows 1 and 2. So we want this frozen, we want this frozen. So we're going to click in A3. And we will say freeze panes. If we just wanted to freeze the top row or the first column, we could choose these, but we're going to click here. And now when I scroll up, this always stays here. And let's see what happens when we go sideways. Now I think because it's merged over here, that it's scrolling through the whole thing. On the freeze panes worksheet, here's actually an example of where we always want to see our row headings and our column headings here. So I would click right here in B4 at this intersection, freeze panes. Now when I scroll up, I can always see this. And if we scroll over, I'll use my arrow keys, our column A stays the same, so that we can look at our numbers over here a little bit easier than get my scroll bar. Having to see how far away they are from the town that they're in. All right, so back to our 2018 January through June sales. We're going to change the width of column A to 31. So I'm going to click on the A, right click on it, column width, and type 31. We're going to select the range B4 to D4 to fill in E, F, and G. So this is a copy and fill. This is months of the year, days of the week, those are default fills in Excel, and you actually don't need to select all of this. We can start with March. You can always start with any day of the week, any month of the year to do your fill. You don't have to select all of them. In cell H5, we're going to create some spark lines and then show the high and low points of those spark lines and copy it down. So going to go to the Insert tab, and here are the spark line tools right here. And then our range is going to be from January to June. And then the location, the answer we wanted in H5, so we'll say OK. And now we have our contextual design tab. This is for just the sparkline tools. And in the show group, we want to see the high points and the low points. And then we can copy this down. And are we supposed to go down to 9? Yes. Using the format painter, copy the formatting from G5 to G9 to H5 to H9. So G5 to G9. And I'm going to click once on the format painter because I only need to use it once. If I needed to use it more than once, I could double click and then it would stay on until I turned it off. And we are copying this to H5 to H9. So we just want the colors to look consistent. Copy the contents of B4 to G4. Step 7 to B12 to G12. So you have a couple options, right? You can choose, click on copy up here and then come down here and select and choose paste. You can right click and choose copy. You can even hold your control key on your keyboard and drag it down, and holding the control key makes a copy. And then I'm going to let go of my mouse first and then my control key. So that's just another easy way to copy information. We're going to apply the percentage number format with 0 decimal places to B13 to G13. So you'll notice here, it's important to notice that these numbers are they're already fractions. So if these were whole numbers and you apply decimal places, when we apply, the percentage sign, Excel automatically multiplies the numbers by 100 to make it look like a percent instead of a decimal. So be careful when you use the percent tool. If you wanted this to be 142,000%, if you clicked on it here and clicked on the percent, it would be 142 million. So we have our decimals selected, click on the percent. With 0 decimal places, I don't see any decimal places showing, so we are good with that. And we're going to do the same thing to B33. Right here, percent. And again, I do not see any decimal places. Okay, one more before we start working on our charts. Step 9, select the merged range A15 to A27. Let me scroll up. So right here, we just do one click. And we are going to unrotate this. So I'm going to launch my alignment group. So I'm going to click on the launcher right here. And I'm going to change this to 90 degrees and say OK. And that's it, steps 1 through 9.